Welcome to the worst moment of my life. Shit, tide's got the boat and off and sailing. To be honest, this is a place I hoped I'd never have to revisit, but I'm back, all to recreate that moment for a survival challenge episode. Turning salt water into fresh water. We've got some action happening. Oh, move. Oh, he just jumped. Here we go. Dinosaur crab in here somewhere. Oi. 4 days left to live. Let's make the most of it. A few years ago now, Fran and I were traveling up the coast here and we stopped at this island, anchored the boat just off the drop off there. We came ashore and went hand spearing for some nice fish in the shallows. And then Fran yelled out, "Jack, the boat's gone." So as I came running around here, I just saw the boat drifting off into the deep never never with no chance of its anchor rehooking until it basically hit the horizon. Shit, tide's got the boat and off and sailing. I made the decision that day to jump in and go after it. And honestly, the next few hours were the longest and most difficult few hours of my life. Very fortunate we got the boat that day and basically lived happily ever after, but it's been a common question in my head. What would have happened if we didn't get the boat that day? So I'm gonna recreate that exact situation with the exact same things we had on shore, and we've just lost the boat. I have recreated this survival challenge, but on a different episode, and you guys really seem to enjoy that, but you made a few fair enough comments. You said the island here you've chosen has got coconuts everywhere, unlike the island where the incident happened. So anyway, it's taken us 3 years to get back here because this place is just so remote, but here we are on the exact location where this horrible moment went down to recreate a survival challenge. Let's see what our chances of survival would have been. So this is the exact location where I put the hat down, put my bag down, put the spear down and took off. This is where we're going to start the survival challenge. There's one main difference this year. Fran is not with me. She's opted not to be involved in this one. Fair enough. I absolutely don't blame her. But anyway, guys, I'll show you what I've got. It's the exact same as what we had that day. We've got a hand spear. I've got a knife. I've got no water. By this time we'd exhausted all our water, and I've just got a bit of camera gear to share it with you. That's all we're working with, guys. Let's get straight to it. Now, at first impressions, this really seems like one of the last places on earth you'd hope to be stranded. Pretty rugged coastline, really sharp, broken coral. The sandflies just about eat you alive. They were horrible 3 years ago. They haven't gone anywhere. They're just as bad this time. But our chance of long-term survival really comes down to, as always, a couple of things. We need to find hydration and we need to find a food source. So with those two things at the top of the priority list, let's go. All these little bait fish here. Hopefully something bigger is in chasing them. Sort of bow waves and ripples everywhere here, which is a good sign. They're rabbit fish, I think. It's a nice GT. Perfect eating size GT. There's some fish in the shallows here. I think they are a permit. They are. I'm gonna have to have a crack at these guys. This is a fly fisherman's dream right here. Bummer, I think I just got a bit too excited, went in a bit too quick, made a bit of noise and the whole school spooked. But they were a permit or a snub-nosed dart. You could see their fins and half their body out of the water. And if we could spear something like that, that would just, oh man, what a start that would be. This might actually be a really good spot here in this bay. I'm gonna try and wade out a bit more quietly this time and see if I can spear anything. That's a shark in here doing the same thing as I am, just hunting for fish. There he goes. Whew, man, I'm on edge in here. Really, really on edge. Ooh. No, that's a crocodile. Holy moly. That's a crocodile just on that bank there. So I'm not going to go any further that way. I might just backtrack and see if I can get a bird's eye view of him with the drone. Oh man, that throws a spanner in the works big time. A lot of my best opportunities to get fish is in these shallows, but there's crocodiles here as well. Right. Oh, these permit are back right in this bay here. You can see them, their tails coming out of the water as they're feeding. This is a bucket list fish for fly fishermen and sports fishermen, but I'm gonna have to just try to sneak up. I would love one of these guys for food. Be a bit more quiet than last time. Let's have a crack. Oh, fuck. How did I miss that? Did you guys see the size of that GT? That would have fed me for days. He come flying in chasing this fish. Oh, how did I miss that? He was just so quick. I might get another crack at him here. I'm pumping from adrenaline. When that GT come in, I wasn't sure what it was. Bummer I missed it, but this whole bay here is getting hunted by a number of different things at the moment. The crocodile, the shark, and that GT. So all the fish are really on edge. It's a good sign there's a lot of food here, but I'm gonna keep walking and let this bay settle down a little bit. It's like walking on what I imagine Mars is like, or something from a different planet. All this sharp rock. What a horrible place. Oh, that's pretty cool, hey? Very, very old trumpet shell, or a giant conch. Not what we're looking for though. We'll keep moving. So as I head along this sort of rocky outcrop here, I'm just looking down. The water's nice and clear actually today. Seeing if there's any fish or anything I can basically spear from up top. Mud crabs, stingrays. I'd be really, really keen to gather some food now before it heats up too much, because once it gets hot, man, these rocks are going to be radiating heat. I want to be looking for some shelter then, but let's see how we go. So any of these little rock pools like this up above the tide line, if there's been recent rain, fresh water will actually pool in there. And there's been stories of shipwreck survivors that have managed to survive for weeks and weeks just of the fresh water pooled in these type of areas. But unfortunately, being dry season now, we haven't had rain for a while. And it's not due for another month or so. We need to find something else. Now, that's salty. We don't want that. Salty with a touch of dead crab. There's a giant mud crab there. There's a mud crab here. I want to get him before those sharks do. Oh yes, he's a beauty. He's an absolute beauty. Yes. Yes. Let's dance, baby. Woo! Oi! Come on, come on, come on. Grab that, mate. Oh. Come on, mate, I don't want to keep... I need you, mate, I need you for food. Oh. Oh. Wow, he's flexible. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We've got a beautiful mud crab. What a start to the morning. Man, I'm shaking. Woo! He is a really, really nice eating size one. And I got to get out of the water here. He was just at that awkward depth where half in the water, half out of the water. I just really couldn't afford to get bitten by one of these big mud crabs. Man, they've got a crazy, crazy biting power. No problem at all, that'll break your finger. But I'm gonna have to put him to sleep now. And he's definitely lunched. That's a great start. Look at that moray eel. That moray could consider himself pretty lucky that we've just got ourselves at least lunch anyway. Awesome. Check out all these brittle stars in the shallow sea of feeding. They look like an alien. See them sticking their tentacles out. They're just grabbing hold of any algae and anything they can eat. Pretty scary looking buggers, but they're harmless. Oh man, all that commotion brought a couple of sharks in here. What an awesome start. And we've got to keep walking, see what else we can find. So, guys, I've received some intel about this island, which honestly, it kept me up all last night. After watching the episode I put online a few years ago, there was an old salty commercial fisherman who's been around this area a lot. And he said, mate, your least of your worries was the swim out to the boat. He goes, there's a resident crocodile, a 4-meter crocodile there that doesn't take too kindly to people swimming in his waters. And you pretty well swam right over the bank he normally sits on. So, you know, that was just sheer luck that he maybe felt sorry for me that day. But knowing that there's a 4-meter one here that apparently chases boats and that type of thing that comes into the area, it is really got me on the edge this time around. And this inlet here is just a very likely spot for him. So I'm just taking it easy here for a minute. Just gonna wait and see if I see any movements before I move in and check out this little inlet. Thankfully the water is really nice and clear at the moment, so I'm going to poke my head on in. But the way the tides are today, I've got a really small window of opportunity to get in here and get as much food as I can, because soon that tide is going to flood in from the ocean here. Going to flood in and fill this entire bay up. And I really don't want to be standing here. By that point I need to be somewhere else, hopefully camped up under a tree drinking some water. But we'll see how we go. We've got to get some food now. It's a stingray. Those stingrays are a good backup source of food if we can't find anything else. Just seen a decent fish spook in there. Let's walk on in. From this vantage point here, I have spied down and seen some really prized fish, actually, some mangrove jack, which would be an absolute amazing meal. That's actually what we got last time we were here and what I was so focused and distracted on when the boat went adrift. Well, here he is. Oh, he's a beauty. Something big kicking over here. Oh, what's that? Oh, he's gone. Holy! Oh, this is a big cod. Probably too big for me to eat this one. Where'd he go? Stingray. All these smaller rabbit fish. Holy moly, look at this coral. What a bloody beautiful coral, just in here all by himself in the mangroves. Oh, a little anemone in the mangroves. Something just spooked in here. I just spooked myself. Something is moving in here, stirring it all up. Just spotted a fish here. So as you're cruising along, it's really like a game of hide and seek with the fish hiding in the shadows here, but every now and then you can just spot their pattern. Check this guy out. I think it's a black spot cod hiding under this, a little bit of weed here. Yeah, he's just a little bit small for us, that one. Keep looking. Look at this beautiful sea urchin down there. There's something spooking here. Oh, something's right up there, isn't he? This would just be a prime spot for stonefish and also stingrays as well. So I'm really trying to watch where I put my feet. Mate, off you go. Whoa. Look at the size of this bloody thing. That is what is that, a giant moray eel? Holy smokes. Glary, but look at the head on him. His body comes back like this. Might be the pattern of a fish here under that log. Let's sneak over. Yeah, it is. Oh, this is a nice cod. It would be. There he goes. This is awesome. There's some beautiful big fish in here. Oh, oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Come here, mate. Gone. I think he's under that clamshell. Oh. Yes, headshot. It does not get much better than that. He just poked his head out, and that's a brain shot. That's an instant kill or a stone shot. Put him out of his misery straight away. So that is what you're hoping for. Amazing. Oh, we are eating well today. Oh, what an awesome start. But it's now really starting to heat up. It doesn't matter how much food we got, if we don't have hydration, that's gonna be the silent killer out here. Oh, there's a mud crab just here. Look at this one. Oh, far out. Man, he was quick. He's ready to go now, isn't he? I thought I had the element of surprise, but he was onto me. All right, mate. Whoa! Look at this guy. He's just jumped about out of the water. Holy moly. Settle down, mate. That is another nice eating size buck mud crab. Absolute beauty. You can see now that tide is rushing in. And I really don't want to be caught in this kind of no man's land where I get flooded with an incoming tide. So I'm going to keep going around. Hopefully we can find somewhere with a bit of a vantage point that stays dry to set up a camp. All the shallows here is just made up of sharks and stingrays. But I'm just trying to explore as much as I can around this way before I get cut off with the tide, and trying to decide where's the best place to set up a camp for the night. Nowhere really comes to mind yet. It's all like this. You don't want to be sleeping on that. I'll give you the hot tip. There's this beautiful glassy bay here, which is a perfect place to look for some food as well. And not only food, looks like there's a mangrove river up there. Generally speaking, up the top of the mangroves is a good place to start looking for fresh water. So we'll tiptoe our way up and see if we can get up and access any fresh water up there. But I am on high alert for that big crocodile I've heard of. At least the water's nice and clean here. See that tide racing in, which means we don't have too long until this will be waist deep here, which is not where I want to be. So let's do this quickly. Do you see what I see? It's another beautiful mud crab. I can't believe my luck here. This is a prize catch. If I can get a hold of him. A beautiful big blue one. He might be the biggest one yet actually. I'm in two minds here, like I've got enough food, but it doesn't get any better. It's right there for the picking. Holy moly. Oh, mate, settle down. Oh, come up a bit shallower, mate. Just trying to get him a bit shallower so I can grab. Oh, let's have a go at that claw so I can grab him. When they're underwater, it's hard to gauge their reach. Oh. Come up here, mate. Oh, I think I've got him. Oh yeah, that is a beautiful, beautiful male mud crab. Oh yes. Oh man, that was just a shark. I thought that might have been a croc. I'm really on edge here. This is a beauty. Let's get out of here. So there's a saying that's pretty appropriate right now. You've got to make hay while the sun shines. And that's bang on for us right here. It's pretty rare to be able to access such great food. So I'm really gonna load up, get what I can here, because more food means more energy to look for things like hydration and to work out how the hell we're getting out of here. All right, the focus has definitely shifted to fresh water now. Let's go for a walk to the top of this system and see if there's any freshwater springs. I am just staying right over on one bank. Oh man, there's some big sharks in here. See that guy? Huge big splash as he's chasing something. Everything's feeding in here at the moment, but I'm gonna stay right on one bank so I can sort of look out to the river just in case that big croc is in here. So this is the top of that little system. This is as far as the road goes. If there was a freshwater spring, this is where it would be. Fresh water would come out, which then allows all these mangrove system to thrive. But let's see what we find. It just transitions into thick mangroves, unfortunately. It's like swamp out here. I'm gonna give up on fresh water in this area and we're gonna start heading back around before we get cut off by this tide. Bummer. That's a real concern now, guys. Without hydration, the rule of thumb is 2 days without hydration and you're gone, and about 2 weeks without food. So unfortunately we've got plenty of food, but just no hydration. Oh, now something like this could be a whole different tactic for hydration, but it's one that's quite effective at work. So if you're new here, guys, this episode is part of a larger series recreating different survival situations as I travel up the remote East Coast. And on some of the episodes, I've just got really, really lucky and found bottles of water in the age of plastic washed in on the tide line. So let's go have a look. A little bay like this is a perfect cove. You can see how much junk is there. Let's try our luck. Good bamboo. Water bottle. That's a pretty cool bottle. This is an awesome bottle. I wonder if I could use this. Empty. Oh, there's a little bit in this one. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, actually. Yuck. Too many floaties in that one. I'll get, that'll do more harm than good. But at the bottom of some of these, I might be able to find some fresh water. Let's keep looking. Bit of a gold mine of plastic bottles here. One man's junk is another man's treasure, they reckon. I'll have a bit of a look through here. Oh, geez, I just had a pretty hectic head spin. I feel like I'm about to faint, actually. Oh, my vision just went tunnel vision. I've got like tingles down my back. I need to find some shade. There's not a bloody darn tree anywhere other than this little this little thing. We're in the peak of the Australian summer here. It's probably 35 degrees at least Celsius. I need to find some shade. No, damn it. Damn it. Oh, you little buggers. I left my fish up on the rocks here. I knew that tide was coming in, but it just came in quicker than I thought. And it allowed some sharks to get in over the rocks there, and they had a good go on my fish. Bummer. Oh, that is heartbreaking. There he is. I don't mind sharing a meal, but I wasn't prepared to share one today. You know, I'm just not sure if that's enough for me for lunch and dinner. I'm using a lot of energy walking around, so before the tide gets too high, I'm gonna try and get another fish. While I was in there before, we saw a couple of nice fish. This is really what I've got to look out for. Check out how camouflaged this guy is. Just his white tail. This is a stingray. Man, if you stood on this, it would really ruin your day. You'd be in all sorts. See his tail at the back here? That's his tail. And then that's his body there camouflaged in. If we stood on him, dehydration would be the least of our worries. Oh, lucky one. Oh, watch out, stingray. I don't want to lose that fish. Where did he go? Sorry, mate, move. Stingray, move. Move, 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 move. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? I think he's just there. I get him? Missed him. Oh, he just jumped. Hey, come back here. Really want to get this fish. He's an absolute beauty. I think I might have got him this time. Oh yeah. Woo! That is a beautiful black spot estuary cod. Oh man, I'm happy with that. Really, really happy with that. That is gonna be a great meal. I'm just gonna put him out of his misery with this knife here, but that is a great, great meal for us. Mission success. I'm gonna keep going around. Hopefully we can find somewhere with a bit of a vantage point that stays dry to set up a camp. This is unfortunately the best place I've found. I need somewhere that's got a little bit of elevation so I can set up on a kind of a safe spot to watch for any crocodiles coming. Anywhere down further, it's too risky. When the tide comes in, there's a chance that big croc will come in with it. But as for shade, there is nothing. You can see it's far as the eye can see, it's just mangroves in there with offering no shade. This is radiating some heat off here at the moment. It's really, really bloody hot. It's not all doom and gloom. We had a pretty good morning session, didn't we? Check out the spoils. That's a giant mud crab. This is a normal sized mud crab, this one. Just dwarfed by that giant one. A beautiful size black spot estuary cod and half a flowery cod. You know what? It's coming on lunchtime and I think it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the backside to get a fire going with no matches or no flint. That's gonna be a project in itself. I need to get something into my belly. I'm just gonna eat this guy raw, I reckon. If it was good enough for the sharks, surely it's good enough for me. I'll just get straight into him. There's a tiny bit of shade under here. This is the only shade I've found. All right, let's see if we can get comfy under here. Oh man. Trying to think of those rocks into my back as like massage points rather than uncomfortable rocks, but it's not really working. I'm gonna catch my breath for a minute and then it's lunchtime. So sashimi, raw fish, is normally presented a little better than this, but the sharks didn't seem to mind. So I'm just gonna play with the cards I've been dealt here and I've just got to get into this. Pretty nice white meat. I mean, it's not the best sashimi I've ever eaten, but I'm just thinking about it like this equals energy. I've got to get energy in, and then hopefully the output to that is water, hydration. I might cook the one for dinner. So with hydration, I was working towards 2 days without water, but those head spins and stuff I was getting before, I really don't want to push that past a day. So I've got to get some type of hydration, and by laying here, I'm not going to find water. So I've got to be proactive and go and see what options I can come up with. Yeah, I just need to find some water, really. My whole chance of survival comes down to hydration. There's a good bit. I think that's as much as I want to get off him. I'm not the only one having to feed here. These sandflies are eating me alive, man. All right, let's go find some water and get away from these bloody sandflies. Baby giant clam, isn't that beautiful? That's really, really cool. Leave that here. Wondering if there's any shelter in there, but that's just mud, unfortunately. Oh no, it's rotten. I was hoping this one might have some liquid, but the more I dig down, looks like they're little worms or maggots in there. So, oh yuck, 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 yuck. Oh bugger, it's all rotten and just maggots in there. Yuck, that stinks as well. Just realized I've lost my hand spear, which, man, is crucial. So I've got to backtrack and see where I've left it. These sharks are still sniffing around here. This is where I thought I might have left my hand spear, but I'll let them have this cod head. Bloody idiot. So I've just watched the GoPro footage back. I haven't had that hand spear for a long time. I think when I had those head spins and felt like I was gonna faint, I think I put it down there along with that glass bottle I'd picked up and haven't seen them since. I was just a little bit out of it, to be honest, and just left them there. What an idiot. But I need to backtrack quickly across this little inlet and see if we can find it. Getting deep here. It's almost to the point where it's not quite safe to do this, but I really, really need that hand spear. Hopefully we can go there and back before this tide comes in. Keeping my eyes out for any big shadows offshore here. Whew. Get out of there. This one, it's got some sharp barnacles on it, but this could be very useful. It's a nice length of bamboo, this one. Alrighty, here's the bottle. This is where I kind of sat down and felt like I almost fainted before. Here's the Nautilus shell I picked up, but where the bloody hell is the hand spear? This is not good. This is really not good. I've just watched another video back on the GoPro. I think it's back further this way. I was poking at some plastic bottles with it. Let's go in search of it. We'll take these though. I reckon these two could come in handy. And this. Maybe the walk is worthwhile because these three could come in handy. I'm really hoping this is it. This was that little cove we looked at, and I think I found a water bottle. But if it's not here, I'm all out of ideas. Oh. You bloody idiot, Jack. We found it. We're back in business. Oh, a huge ray. That ray is massive. The water is way clearer this time around than when we were here 3 years ago. When I swam off here, I couldn't see anything, but now I'm seeing sharks, stingrays. We saw that crocodile around the corner. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Oh, look at this. What a nice find, eh? It's a Nautilus shell and a little morale booster. I was starting to feel a bit down, starting to drag my feet. Dehydration's getting the better of me, really is. But that puts a smile on your face. Maybe a good omen. Alrighty, bamboo, glass bottle 1, glass bottle 2, bigger bit of bamboo, hand spear. Don't lose, Jack. Remember where they are. That wind here is really picked up on this side, and I've got to get a fire going now, but with that breeze it's going to make it far too hard. The plan is I'm going to try to get the bamboo fire saw going up there. Once that's ready, bring it down here, and I'll set up a little fire ready to go here. We can load this up and buska. That's the game plan. This is where we'll set up our base camp. All right, that'll go. All right, we're back out of the worst of the wind here. I'm gonna try and turn this bit of bamboo into a fire. This one, it's gonna come with a bit of a handicap because it's been covered in salt and drifting around the ocean for a long time, but it's the best bit I've found so far. This method is called the bamboo fire saw. Let's give it a red hot crack and see how we go. It's covered in water, bugger. Oh, that's no good. Let that side dry out. We'll try our luck on this other side. These little compartments have just held water. Oh no. Water again. Oh no. We're not off to a very good start. Inside here is just full of water. We've got to go and try and find some more bamboo. Bummer, all of these. I'll leave these dry out in case we're desperate, but we've got to find something better. Alrighty, take 4 or 5 or 6 or bloody 7, I don't know, I've lost count, but there's a few different stages of this, and this bit of bamboo, I reckon, is just right for the very first kindling stage. So I'm just getting a couple of different size tinder piles here. These will be the stage 2. So these are pretty fine, but not the finest. Once we've already got a bit of a flame, these will go up. Now to fully get it out of the wind, I'm going to put this stage inside a coconut. Alright, we need some super fine shavings. Wind's making it hard. That's what I want. Get in there. A little bit more and I'm done, I reckon. Yeah, that's the stuff. After you get away from the outer edge, which is all salt damaged, this is the gold underneath. No, I don't need too much more. Oh yeah. Get in there. All right, get all that. Perfect. That's all we need, really. All right. Stay. I'm gonna get a little bit more. All right, I've got some of the driest dead grass I could find just to add to the mix. A little bit in there. Sharpen this edge. Alright, feels like a bit of a magic trick so far, but I think I've got all the ingredients now. So this bit here with my very fine tinder pile, rub that like crazy. This will create an ember, that really fine bamboo. Once that ember is lit and gets glowing, we then transfer into here. Once this is lit, it's happy days. We walk steady down to the beach, light our bigger fire, and we live happily ever after. Let's see how we go. Oh, it's smoking already. You get you. Man, I wish you could smell that. It is smoking like crazy. See all that smoke? It's turned black. Oh, this is a great sign. I'm just gonna keep going and going and going. Look at all that smoke. Woo! Oh, come on. Something's burning. Not quite. We've lost it. Oh man, promising signs. That started quick, didn't it? Probably 20 seconds in, we've got some serious smoke. I need to catch my breath. We'll go again. What do they reckon? If at first you don't succeed, try again. And then again and again and again. Just need to sharpen this back up, get that nice edge on it. I just really need to convert all this energy being used, hopefully into water. It's a long process, but hopefully at the end of this is some water. Sorry, the shirt had to come off, guys. I felt like I was almost about to light on fire there with the friction build-up. Let's go again. That's him. Put that in a belt hole. Hold that with a layer of your belly. See, if I had a six-pack, I wouldn't be able to do that. Oh, smoke straight away. It smells, you can really smell it burning there. All right, now, just gonna go faster. I'm gonna stop talking so I can catch my breath. Oh yeah. Oh, go, you good thing. Go, go, go. Smoking by itself, that's when we know we're on. All right, I'm just gonna let that tinder pile fully catch and we'll move it to here. Smoke's a good sign. Trying to keep smothering it and smothering it and smothering it until that smoke gets really white and thick. And then let it have a bit of air and hopefully it'll go up. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on, you good thing. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Time to take this down to our big fire. This will go. Yeah. Oh, look at it going. Come on, come on. I feel like I'm carrying a really precious little baby here. All right. That's got enough, so that'll just keep going. Let's get him under here in prime position. Oh yeah. Once you've got smoke like that, it's just a matter of time. Just be patient with this for a minute. Add a bit more of this guy. All right, we are away. Woo. You little beauty. Yes. 2 hours later. Oh, this is massive. This is massive for us, guys. We are underway with fire, which brings on the next step of survival. Hopefully we can use this to get some hydration. That is a very rewarding sight, and for once in my life I don't even mind getting smoke in my eyes because it's keeping the sandflies off me. We've got a fire going, but now we really need to enter hydration mode. We're gonna go full scavenger mode, guys. We need to get any hydration we can. Too many floaty bits. This is the same make of bottle I've been finding all up and down the coast. You know what? There's a tiny bit of drinking water in that. I'm taking this. not much, but we need to start collecting whatever we can. This lid looks a little dodgy. Let's see if it's fresh or salt. Oh, that's fresh. Bit of a salty taste around the rim, but that's all right. The majority of that's fresh. We're gonna keep that. I've never appreciated someone who doesn't finish their drink as much as this moment here. Let's test this one. Oh yeah, that's fresh. Now these little samples are the first bit of fresh water I've had all day. And to be honest, I just wanted to see how the body could cope, or how my body could cope with it. And to be honest, I don't want to do it again. It doesn't go well. So I'm gonna get as much water as we can. The game plan is now work out how much water we've got, divide that into rations, and how many days we have got to survive out here. Oh, you just never know your luck, eh? My favorite beer, the Great Northern, unopened. Oh, this afternoon could be about to get a whole lot more interesting. Oh nah, that's just salt water. Unfortunately, no beer left. Bummer. Thought I was in luck. Now these, you might recognize if you've watched these episodes before. It's the exact water bottle, same make, same model, that I've found washed on all the remote beaches. A lot of time they've been full. This time we've got a little bit in there, but I don't know the story behind it, but man, I'm thankful for it. Ooh, a bit of a back eddy of water bottles here. That one's been bitten to pieces by a shark. No lid. Oh, that's a good find. Relatively new bottle. Nice and clean. We don't have too long left in the day. It's really time to start cooking dinner now. Let's take this back and add it all up, see how much water we've got. All right, let's check out our spoils. So this is unfortunately it, guys. They reckon you need at least 2 litres of water per person per day. But I'd probably double that out in this heat, but obviously we're not gonna get that. But I reckon I could survive with that. It's probably 300 mils of water. I think I could survive with that per day. You'd end up with a scorching headache, but let's work towards that is 1 day's quota of water. We're gonna have to combine these two. Don't you dare spill a drop. Alrighty. 2 days of survival, 3 days of survival, 4 days of survival. So that situation as it stands, I reckon I could survive out here for another 4 days. Unless if something pretty amazing happens tomorrow. I do have something in mind I really want to try tomorrow. We're in this kind of weird scenario that we're surrounded by water, none of it which we can drink, and I'm hoping to do something about that tomorrow. I just ran out of time today. 4 days left to live. Let's make the most of it. This one can symbolize today. We're all out. 1 day down, 4 days to go. All right, this cod, he almost looks just about cooked. He's been sitting in the shade all day, but it's been hot, but his guts might be a little bit how you going. So I'm gonna go gut him down the water's edge, and then we'll bring him up and put him on the fire. All right, let's make a bit of room. Oh, that's the nice coal base you want in the middle, that red hot fiery stuff. And doing it on this coral rubble really holds the heat as well. That's awesome. I'm gonna get him straight on there. That big, beautiful, giant mud crab. I'm gonna get him in the prime spot right in the middle there. And his little mate, his little sidekick. Plenty of room for everyone here. This can be the entree claw, that one. Get some of these bits of hot wood back on top to close him all up. All right, now we've got that coral rubble storing the heat, cooking him from the bottom. These couple of burning logs on top cooking him. I'm getting cooked by the sun, everyone's getting cooked. But man, I'm just gonna feast. I'm gonna eat and eat and eat, take my mind off everything else going on here at the moment. These crab bits are going orange already, yum yum. Might have a little bit of extra flavoring with some ants in amongst that crab meat, but it's all right, all the protein we can get, eh? we must be getting close. I think this guy is done. Entree claw. This big guy in the middle, I reckon he's done. Oh, that looks absolutely perfect. Just like cooking him on a bed of hot rocks, really. It's quite good. I'll give this guy a little flip. Whatever we do, we're not going to let this fire go out. Look at that, better than you'd see at a restaurant, this one. Beautiful. Alrighty, dinner time. I've been looking forward to this all day. I've just realised, to any of our regular viewers, you haven't ever seen us eat the total mud crab. You normally just see us rip into this giant nipper, which is the best, juiciest bit. But if you're not familiar with the Australian mud crab, there's meat all through that giant claw, obviously, but then there's meat through every one of these legs. The leg goes into the body here. That's got beautiful, like, scallops of meat that pull out, and then you can crack the shell open and there's kind of like all these different compartments of meat. So nothing goes to waste. It's not just the claws, guys. We eat as much of the crab as we can. Oh, nice. Look at that. Amazing. Takes your mind off being cast away out here when you got food like that, I'll tell you that much. Ah, bugger. Not a very good crack, that one, but all good. That is a whole lot of beautiful, beautiful mud crab meat there. That was one of the best entrees I've had in recent memory, but now it's time for the main meal, I guess. Oh no. Sorry, mate. You've had a hard day already, haven't you? You don't need to be kicked around. Now, at first glance, this may look charcoal and burnt to a crisp, which you're correct, but if you look beyond that, hopefully there's some beautiful white meat underneath. There we go. So far, so good. All right, let's peel all this back. That's a nice, satisfying one. All right, there we go. Beautiful, actually. I'd say that's sort of cooked to perfection. Look at that. It's just going to peel away. And these cod are very underrated, I reckon. Beautiful, sweet meat. Look at that. Yum, yum. Great combo. Mud crab and then the cod. So my plan now is to, eat this entire fish and then hopefully just slip off into a food coma. Because what happens is when your body is working so hard to digest a lot of food, that's why it's very easy to fall asleep. So if you ever want to sleep in an uncomfortable spot, eat as much as you can, let your body do the work, kick back, and just doze off. Oh, I think that's just about me done. Bring on the food coma. All right, guys, I'm gonna clear a little bit of room here and have a little lie down. These 4 bottles of water are a bit of a reminder of the situation we're in. Starting from tomorrow, we've got 4 days left to survive, unless if we can really get creative out here. Oh. Alrighty, first thing on the agenda today, guys, has got to be to get hydration. We're gonna have to get a little bit creative, and I'm gonna try and make some drinking water with these 3 items here we found yesterday. We're in that situation where we're surrounded by salt water. We just need to turn it into fresh water. We're gonna try and make a still. And this bottle fits absolutely perfectly snug onto this bit of bamboo. Look at that. You couldn't craft one any better. And the great thing about this bit of bamboo, the other end here is all closed up, which is exactly what we want. We're gonna be able to cut a little hole here, insert this glass bottle. This is gonna be filled with salt water. And if I learned anything in a 5-year engineering degree, it's that when you boil water, it'll turn into a steam, it'll raise up, hit this bamboo, and then as it cools down, it'll drip down and now drip fresh water into here. A couple of other things we can do to kind of optimize this is we need this to be cool. So we're gonna wet this entire bit of bamboo, and a bit of breeze, that'll cool it. We're also gonna wet this down here. So once that steam hits down here, it's gonna cool down and turn into fresh drinking water, hopefully dripping into here. That's the theory. Let's see if we can make it work. About here. try that out. That's gonna sit pretty good. That's pretty much how it's gonna sit, guys. There it is. Super, super simple. And it is just gonna be so good to have a passive way of hopefully creating fresh water so we can go on and get on with other really important tasks, like we still got to find food. And at some point, we've got to start planning an exit strategy. How are we gonna get out of here? All right, let's get some nice clean water. Let's wet the outside of this, but be very careful not to wet the inside. Alrighty, let's head on up. So there's a few things to consider here. I want this fire going, but not too hot to burn the glass. I want my bit of bamboo going upwind, so any of the heat doesn't burn the bamboo. We'll get him on there. I want this running on a downward angle into there. How does that look? So the theory's there, guys. We all understand the theory. When this starts boiling, that water, just the freshwater part, is going to turn into a steam, hit here, and then it's going to cool back down, and that water is going to turn into a liquid here. So hopefully we're turning salt water into fresh water. Let's see how we go. We've got some action happening. We've got some boiling happening. Oh yeah, that didn't take long. We've got some action happening. This thing's boiling like crazy at the moment. As you guys know, that steam has got to go up. It's got nowhere to go. Hopefully it starts dripping down there. Look at that. Man, it's a slow process, but there's drops of fresh water coming out there. Guys, I'm really happy with this. This is just working perfectly. Not too hot. I'm just gonna leave that at a boil. Hopefully it does what physics says it's meant to do. And the whole idea of this is passive, so we can go on, get on with the day. Let's go for a walk, see what our options for food are. Phew. Holy moly. Look at the size of that bloody claw. No way, there's another one here. No way. There is like a dinosaur crab living in here somewhere. Check out that. That might be the biggest I've ever seen. He's around here somewhere. Just spotted a nice mud crab in the shallows here. Oh, he's onto me. He's onto me. Oh! Whew. Trying to get him in the shallows here because, holy, have a go at the size of those claws. I do not want to get bitten by this guy. Come up on the shallows, mate. I want to get him out of the water a bit so I can grab him. Oh, geez, he's a big boy. Look at the size of that claw. Oh man, he's crushing that spear. Yes, we've got him. That is an absolute beauty. How's the luck of that? Just walking along the shallows here. A big purpley blue giant mud crab. Woo! Nice one. See what I've spotted here, guys? As we've come to learn, every one of these islands has got a crocodile on it. This one, not too big, but there's a few different slides here. This must be his favorite spot before he then slides off into the mangroves there. Pretty cool. With it being so clear, we'd be able to get a really good look at him here. There's one just here. It's a nice mud crab just here. Shame for him, he's got nowhere to go. He's way out of his hole. He's just feeding at the moment. Turn around, mate. There we go. Beauty. Beautiful blue mud crab. Now, I reckon our only way out of here is to hopefully signal a passing by ship that goes past. And to do that, the best thing I reckon is gonna be, we're gonna try with a signal fire. And the universal symbol for distress, or SOS, is to create 3 different fires in a triangle formation. So now we're gonna stock up 3 different fireplaces with a heap of dry kindling, some bigger wood. So let's get a signal fire formation going. That is our best bet at hopefully the boat seeing us and coming in to rescue us. You little beauty. That's just boiling away perfectly. And there's now some fresh water down here. Let's see if we can encourage a bit more out. Let's taste this and see how we went. Look at that. Not much, but every drop counts. Oh yeah, that's beautiful fresh water. We can add that to our rations. All right, let's keep this going. All right, let's leave this here for really the rest of the day. We'll keep checking on it. Hopefully keep acquiring some more water. This is gonna be our coolant. We need to keep this cool. And now we got to think about how we get out of this place. You see that? That's the first boat we've seen, but that's exactly what I'm looking for. That could be my ticket out of here. Looks like it's an Australian Navy boat. All right, now's our chance. Let's get this signal fire going. All right, let's get this guy alight. Alrighty, she's gonna go, she's gonna go. That's our ticket out of here. We want to quickly transport the fire from this one to the 3 other ones, light them up as quickly as possible. Now check out that smoke just with driftwood. See, it's just white and kind of just gets lost into the sky with the wind. What we want to do now is we want to get some black thongs and rubber and all that type of thing, plastics on there, and see what color that smoke goes. Look at that, we're getting a far blacker smoke now. This will stand out from a lot further away. You want to do that to your 3 signal fires. That's how you signal distress. And hopefully that's our ticket out of here. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, this is part of a larger series of survival challenges. I'll leave the playlist at the end of this video. You can click on that if you'd like to see more. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Cheers, see you on the next one.